A very good afternoon. You're watching the midday news on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you. Let us start the news bulletin with the headlines. Supreme Court to hear on Friday CBI Director Alok Verma's plea challenging centre's decision to send him on leave and appoint M. Nageshwar Rao as interim head of probe agency. Special Director Rakesh Asthana also sent on leave. Centre says move to guard integrity of institution while probe is on. Prime Minister Modi conferred the Seoul Peace Prize for 2018, contribution to international cooperation, fostering global economic growth and improving human development and furthering democracy in India, acknowledged. Prime Minister Modi to interact with over 1 lakh IT professionals, experts and technocrats on how technology can help in making a new India. To launch corporate social responsibility portal, Main Nahi Hum, to enable them to contribute back to society. Country witnessing second green revolution, says Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu at International Conference on Precision Agriculture in Mumbai, stresses on need for greater focus on technological innovations to aid sector. And Virat Kohli 81 runs short of becoming fastest batsman in the ODI format to get 10,000 runs as India play their second ODI against West Indies in Visakhapatnam today. India to play fourth round robin match at the Asian Champions Hockey Tournament against South Korea today. The biggest story this afternoon, the Supreme Court has agreed to hear the plea of CBI Director Alok Kumar Verma challenging the centre's decision to send him on leave. Verma has also challenged the decision to appoint a Joint Director M. Nageshwar Rao as the interim head of the probe agency. The Apex Court will be hearing the plea on Friday this week. The Appointments Committee of the Cabinet on Tuesday had said that M. Nageshwar Rao, the CBI's Joint Director, will take over the duties and functions of the CBI Director with immediate effect. M. Nageshwar Rao took charge as the interim CBI Chief today. The centre had yesterday passed an order sending the CBI Chief Alok Verma and Special Director Rakesh Asthana on leave. The CBI also effected several transfers, overhauling the team probing the allegations of corruption against its former Special Director Rakesh Asthana. The centre has said that its move is to maintain the integrity of the CBI as an institution.
The Central Bureau of Investigation is the premier investigative agency, and the maintenance of its institutional integrity is a precondition. It's absolutely essential. हम ये भी अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते कि देश के बाहर जिन लोगों पे आरोप लगते हैं वो हमारी इन्वेस्टिगेटिव एजेंसी के खिलाफ उंगली उठा पाए। इसलिए सीबीआई की इंस्टीट्यूशनल इंटेग्रिटी बनाए रखना और उसको बनाने की दिशा में कदम उठाना ये अपने आप में अनिवार्य है। और कल सेंट्रल विजिलेंस कमीशन ने अपनी मीटिंग में सेक्शन 8 सीवीसी एक्ट और सेक्शन 4(1) ऑफ द दिल्ली स्पेशल पुलिस एस्टैब्लिशमेंट एक्ट के तहत यह सिफारिश की कि इन आरोपों की जांच न तो ये दो अधिकारी कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि इन दोनों पे स्वयं आरोप है, और न ही इनकी सुपरविजन में कोई एजेंसी कर सकती है। इसलिए जब तक इसकी जांच होगी, टू मेंटेन द इंस्टीट्यूशनल इंटेग्रिटी ऑफ द सीबीआई and in the interest of fairness purely as an interim measure, they will sit out by going on leave for a certain period of time. It's an interim measure. And an SIT not functioning under either of these two officers will investigate the case. This is in accordance with the highest standards of fairness.
The Delhi High Court on Tuesday had ordered the CBI to maintain a status quo on the criminal proceedings initiated against Asthana, who has challenged the FIR lodged against him on bribery allegations. Deputy Superintendent of Police Devendra Kumar was arrested by the CBI in connection with the case. A Delhi court on Tuesday had allowed CBI to quiz Kumar in custody for 7 days. Besides Asthana, the arrested DSP had also approached the Delhi High Court seeking quashing of the FIR against him. On to the other big story this afternoon. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been conferred with the Seoul Peace Prize for 2018 for his contribution to international cooperation and fostering global economic growth. The Ministry of External Affairs said in a statement today that the Prime Minister expressed gratitude for the prestigious honour, and in the light of India's deepening partnership with the Republic of Korea, he has accepted the award. The ministry said that the award will be presented to Prime Minister Modi by the Seoul Peace Prize Foundation at a mutually convenient time. The committee credited Modinomics for reducing social and economic disparity between the rich and the poor. It also lauded Prime Minister's initiatives to make the government cleaner through anti-corruption measures and demonetization. Prime Minister Modi is the 14th recipient of the award. The Seoul Peace Prize was established in 1990 to commemorate the success of the 24th Olympic Games held in Seoul.
प्रधानमंत्री जी को साउथ कोरिया का सोल पीस अवार्ड मिला है। ये बहुत ही हमारे लिए उपलब्धि है कि पहले यूएन के, आपको मालूम है, सेक्रेटरी जनरल आए थे, एनवायरनमेंट पर पीएम को उन्होंने एक बहुत बड़ा अवार्ड दिया था। लेकिन आज जो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात है कि जो सोल पीस अवार्ड मिलता है उसमें पहले अंजला मार्कल को मिला है, बान की मून जो यूएन के सेक्रेटरी जनरल उनको मिला था, लेकिन जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी नरेंद्र मोदी जी को मिला है उसमें जो उल्लेखनीय बात है वो 4 है। जिस तरह से प्रधानमंत्री जी ने भारत की आर्थिक दिशा और दशा को गतिमान किया है, ग्रेट इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट। दूसरा, सर्वव्यापी डेवलपमेंटल गोल which touches all sections of society. And third, the most important, by initiating programs like GST and Notebandi, the Prime Minister has given a strong, I would say, attack against corruption and prohibiting them to a large extent. और जिस तरह से देश में आप देख रहे हैं लोगों के टैक्स रिटर्न्स बढ़े हैं, इंक्लूडिंग करोड़पतियों के भी, ये पूरी सूचना आपको बताई गई थी 2 दिन पहले। तो ऑल दिस हैव बीन टेकन इनटू अकाउंट और हमें इस बात का बहुत गर्व है कि प्रधानमंत्री को अंतर्राष्ट्रीय अवार्ड मिला है।
And Prime Minister Modi will today interact with the IT professionals and launch a corporate social responsibility portal and app Main Nahi Hum in New Delhi today. The portal, made on the Self for Society platform, will enable IT professionals across the country to contribute back to the society through several CSR initiatives. Last week, the Prime Minister had sought the views of IT professionals on how the technology and electronic manufacturing sectors can help in making a new India. The town hall will see professionals, experts and technocrats from all over the country taking part. Nandan Nilekani, Mukesh Ambani, Sunil Bharti Mittal, Anand Mahindra and N. Chandrasekharan are likely to attend the event. While 2,000 people will be present at the venue, more than 1 lakh IT professionals from companies such as Infosys and TCS are expected to join from about 100 locations via video conference. And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has said that the country is witnessing the second green revolution. Speaking at an international conference on research frontiers in precision agriculture in Mumbai, he said that precision irrigation, precision protection and greenhouse technology are now gaining ground. He added that the entire farming sector needs a new orientation, saying that precision agriculture or site-specific crop management is the key to optimally manage the resources for a better yield, reducing pollution and saving the environment. The Vice President also said that agriculture renaissance can take shape only on a strong digital foundation. Adding that smart villages must be built along with smart cities, he said that the need of the day is smart farmers who absorb new knowledge and skills. The Vice President also highlighted the need for greater focus on technological innovations in agriculture. Big story coming in from Jammu and Kashmir, where two terrorists were killed in an encounter with security forces in Naugam area of Srinagar today. Security forces launched a cordon and search operation in the city on information that some terrorists had sneaked into the area. The terrorists opened fire on security forces, triggering a gun battle in which two ultras were killed. A police official said that locals have been told not to go near the operation site till the area has been sanitized. Authorities have snapped mobile internet services in the city and shut educational institutions as a precautionary measure. And earlier, Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh visited Jammu and Kashmir on Tuesday to review the security situation in the state. And addressing the media, Rajnath Singh said that the government was ready for talks with anyone, but terror and talks cannot go together. He also appealed to the political parties and people to take part in the upcoming panchayat elections in the state.
Home Minister Rajnath Singh held a high-level meeting in Srinagar on Tuesday to review the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir. He said the centre is ready to hold talks with anyone, including Pakistan, but terror and dialogue can never go together. However, he asserted that the security situation in the state has improved in the last 4 months, with the number of stone-pelting incidents and recruitment by terror groups having gone down.
मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि जम्मू कश्मीर के हालात बेहतर बने हैं, इसके लिए हम लोग अपनी तय भरपूर कोशिश कर रहे हैं। किसी से बातचीत करने में कोई परहेज नहीं है, लेकिन शर्त ये होती है, उसके साथ शर्त हमारी ये है कि कम से कम वह तो देखें इस बात को कि भारत में टेररिज्म को भी पाकिस्तान स्पॉन्सर करे, टेररिज्म को प्रमोट करने की कोशिश करे, दोनों साथ चीज चले। कम से कम इतना तो आश्वासन दे दें कि पाकिस्तान की तरफ से ऐसी कोई कोशिश नहीं होगी। टेरर एंड डायलॉग बोथ कैन नेवर गो टुगेदर।
Meeting representatives of various political parties in Srinagar, Rajnath Singh also appealed to all of them to participate in the upcoming panchayat polls in the state. He appealed to the people as well to come out and vote in large numbers. Both PDP and the National Conference had boycotted the recent urban bodies elections in the state.
मैं यही निवेदन करना चाहूंगा कि जो लोग भी अपने को जम्मू और कश्मीर की आम आवाम का सही मायनों में रिप्रेजेंटेटिव मानते हैं, उनके द्वारा इन पंचायत चुनावों की खिलाफत नहीं की जानी चाहिए।
The Home Minister also expressed grief at the death of 6 civilians in an explosion at an unsanitized encounter site in Kulgam. Announcing compensation of 5 lakh rupees each to families of the deceased, Rajnath Singh appealed to the people to not venture into areas where security operations are underway.
जानकारी मिली कि ऑपरेशन समाप्त हो चुका था, सारी सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेज जा चुके थे, लेकिन वहां पर लोग इकट्ठे हुए, कुछ वहां पर किन्हीं कारणों से कोई विस्फोट हुआ जिसमें कि कुछ लोगों की जानें गई हैं। जानकारी प्राप्त होने पर हम लोगों को भी इससे बेहद तकलीफ हुई है।
Developmental projects in the state were also reviewed in the meeting. The Home Minister said that the centre has allocated 350 crore rupees for the beautification of Dal Lake, along with several schemes being run by the centre and the state government to provide employment to the youth of Jammu and Kashmir. He said the government has ordered a detailed project report or DPR on building roads in border areas like Kargil, Dras, Tangdhar and Gurez. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has said that Pakistan will be held responsible if it does not make a sincere effort to curb terrorism on its western border with Afghanistan. Talking to media in Washington on Tuesday, Pompeo said that this was the message that he had delivered to the Pakistani leadership when he had travelled to Islamabad in September after Imran Khan became Prime Minister. He also added that the US has made clear that its policy with respect to South Central Asia has not changed and that its expectation is that Pakistan will not provide a safe harbour to terrorists on its western border. On 5th of September, Pompeo met Imran Khan and pressed him to do more to rein in the terror groups operating from Pakistan's soil. In midday news, we'll slip into a very short break. We'll be right back with more news. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Let's get you all the election-related news. And scrutiny of nominations is taking place today in Chhattisgarh for the first phase of assembly elections in 18 constituencies. The last day for the withdrawal of nomination papers is 26th of October. Tuesday was the last day of filing of nominations for the first phase of the state assembly polls. And as per the data, 421 nominations were filed in 18 constituencies which are going to polls in the first phase on 12th of November. These 18 assembly segments include 12 seats of all 7 districts of Maoist-affected Bastar division and 6 constituencies of Rajnath. The key contestants who have filed nominations were Chief Minister Raman Singh as the BJP candidate from Rajnath seat and Karuna Shukla as the Congress candidate from the same seat. Meanwhile, a high-level team led by CEC OP Rawat is on a 3-day visit to Hyderabad from Monday to review poll preparedness in Telangana. Election Commission expressed satisfaction over poll preparations in the state. On the last day of the visit today, the team will meet senior officials of income tax, excise and enforcement agencies, besides transport, railway and airport authorities. On Tuesday, 11-member team of the ECI held crucial meetings with the district electoral officers and police superintendents to review the law and order situation and poll preparedness at districts level. And earlier, the commission also reviewed the DEOs and SPs over district election plans in the marathon interaction. On the first day of the visit, the Election Commission team held interactions with the representatives of political parties. Telangana, remember, is scheduled to go to polls on 7th of December. And Congress President Rahul Gandhi will pay a 2-day visit to poll-bound Rajasthan from today. He will hold road shows and public meetings in Kota, Jhalawar and Sikar districts, which together have 18 assembly seats. Today, he will address his first rally in Jhalawar and follow it up with a nearly 100-kilometer road show from Jhalawar to Kota, where he will stay at night. Congress President Rahul Gandhi will also address a state convention of Mahila Congress at Kota on Thursday, after which he would fly to Sikar to address a Sankalp rally. Rajasthan will go to polls on 7th of December. On to some other news, the Union Cabinet has announced several decisions after its meeting today. This includes rise in visit charges for ASHA health workers from 250 rupees to 300 rupees per visit. And apart from this, several decisions were taken. Let's take a listen.
आशा वर्कर के लिए एक और बड़ी उम्मीद के साथ फैसला किया गया है। आपको मालूम है कि आशा फैसिलिटेटर जो होती हैं, जो विजिट करती हैं महीने में, इनकरेज करती हैं लोगों को हेल्थ केयर न्यूट्रिशनल के लिए, तो उनका पर चार्ज 250 विजिट रुपये था, उसको बढ़ाकर 300 किया गया है सुपरवाइजरी स्टाफ, और इनसे उनको 5000 की जगह 6000 मिलेगा, जो उनके 20 यात्राओं का अनुभव बताया गया है। एक बात जो माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी ने आज कैबिनेट में बताया, क्योंकि ये सारे उनके अप्रूवल से आते हैं और थोड़ा मैंने भी होमवर्क किया, कि देश में लगभग 24 लाख आंगनवाड़ी हेल्पर्स हैं, 12 लाख आशा वर्कर्स हैं और बड़ी संख्या में, लाखों में ये फैसिलिटेटर्स हैं और सहायक। तो ये टोटल इनका हमने आपको पहले भी मैंने कैबिनेट के प्रस्ताव के बारे में आपको बताया था कि इनके पूरे स्टाइपेंड को हमने बढ़ाया है 1000 रुपये, बाकी 1000 रुपये। The total impact is going to be 1 crore in the entire country.
And here's a special report. If there is one sector in India that is witnessing constant growth in exports, it is the pharmaceutical sector. Every year, pharma exports are growing by 14 to 15%, and by 2020, they are expected to touch $20 billion. However, to regulate the quality and affordability of medicines, the Health Ministry is trying to increase the number of drug testing laboratories. It is also framing strict standards for online pharmacies. So let's take a look at the performance of this sector.
India's pharma industry. China and African nations are hugely dependent on its high quality and affordable medicines. The Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission that sets standards for drugs manufactured in the country says pharmaceutical exports stand at 1 lakh crore rupees per year. This could go up to 1.5 lakh crore rupees or $20 billion by 2020. India is on its way to becoming the third largest country in the pharma sector. It currently produces 22% of the world's generic medicines.
India is known for producing high quality medicine at affordable price. उसमें एक और मोमेंटम मिलेगा और जो हम 1 लाख प्लस करोड़ के हैं वो कम से कम 1.5 लाख करोड़ की मार्केट को आने वाले 3 से 4 साल में प्राप्त करने की कोशिश करेंगे.
Online sale of drugs is a burning issue. Pharma associations and pharmacists are demanding a ban on such online pharmacies, but the government feels online sale of medicines offers convenience and all it needs is strict standards to prevent misuse.
हम लोग हमेशा ये कहते हैं कि जो टेक्नोलॉजी जो न्यू इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजी है वो हमेशा यूज़ होनी चाहिए, लेकिन उसमें तभी होना चाहिए जब वो वैलिडेटेड हो जाए, प्रॉपर सेफ्टी सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम डेवलप कर दिया जाए. हमारी जो CDSCO है, स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, अदर पर्सन वो डेवलप कर रहे हैं, रेगुलेशन नोटिफाइड हुआ है.
The Health Ministry is encouraging private laboratories to test the quality of medicines. Other than Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, which is an autonomous body under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, India has 3 private laboratories as per WHO standards. Panchanand Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Let's get you all the international news. The United States says that it will revoke the visas of Saudi officials who are implicated in the death of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. This comes after US President Donald Trump called Saudi Arabia's response to the murder of journalist Khashoggi the worst cover-up ever. He added that whoever organized the plot should be in big trouble. Earlier on Tuesday, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan told MPs from his ruling party that the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi was planned days in advance. He said that the Turkey had strong evidence that Khashoggi was killed in a premeditated and savage murder at the consulate in Istanbul on 2nd of October. He also called for the suspects to be tried in Istanbul. Erdogan's address coincided with the start of an investment conference in Saudi Arabia that has been overshadowed by Khashoggi case. Dozens of government and business leaders have pulled out, but Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman appeared at the event on Tuesday. The Saudi kingdom has provided conflicting accounts of what happened to Khashoggi after weeks of maintaining that he was still alive. The authorities now say that he was killed in a rogue operation after visiting the Saudi consulate in Turkey.
We have identified at least some of the individuals responsible, including those in the intelligence services, the royal court, the foreign ministry, and other Saudi ministries who we suspect to have been involved in Mr. Khashoggi's death. We are taking appropriate actions, which include revoking visas, entering visa lookouts, and other measures. We are also working with the Treasury Department to review the applicability of global Magnitsky sanctions to those individuals. These penalties will not be the last word on this matter from the United States. We will continue to explore additional measures to hold those responsible accountable.
And all the sports news now. India has won the toss and elected to bat first in the second one-day international match against West Indies. India lead the 5-match ODI series 1-0. With a strong top order, India are favoured to extend their dominance over West Indies. Skipper Virat Kohli is on the edge of creating another milestone if he can add another 81 runs to his tally to become the fastest man to score 10,000 runs in the ODI format, surpassing Sachin Tendulkar. In the first ODI, the men in blue defeated West Indies by 8 wickets. And India's fourth round-robin match of the Asian Champions hockey tournament against Malaysia ended in a goalless draw. With an unbeaten record so far in the tournament, India and Malaysia had already secured their places in the semi-finals of the tournament. India lead the table with 10 points from 5 matches, and Malaysia have the same number of points, but they are behind India on goal difference. And India will take on South Korea in their last round-robin match today, while Malaysia will square up against Pakistan on Thursday. News from the world of badminton. Ace Indian shuttler PV Sindhu has entered the pre-quarterfinals of the French Open badminton tournament in Paris. Third seed PV Sindhu defeated Beiwen Zhang of the United States 21-17, 21-8 in her opening match. It was a revenge for PV Sindhu as she was beaten by Zhang in the opening round of the Denmark Open last week. And in the women's singles, Saina Nehwal will take on 37th-seeded Saina Kawakami of Japan today in the first round. While in the men's singles, Srikanth will face world number 22, Wong Wing Ki Vincent of China. And in the mixed doubles, Ashwini Ponappa and Sathik Sairajaranki Reddy will take on English duo of Chris Adcock and Gabriel Adcock. And in tennis, India's Prajnesh Gunneswaran entered the quarterfinals of the ATP Challenger tournament in China. Prajnesh defeated Mohammad Safwat of Egypt 6-4, 6-4 in the round of 16. He will next face Thomas Fabiano of Italy in the quarterfinals on Thursday. And in the men's doubles, India's Rohan Bopanna and his partner Marcel Granollers defeated their Spanish rivals 6-1, 6-4. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Midday News. Up ahead is Khabar Dopeher. Thanks for watching.